So this is a very informal video, but I felt like it was extremely important for me to make this video right now while I'm in the midst of the emotions behind it. So you might hear dogs, you might hear babies, but I just wanted to make note of this feeling that I'm having right now. So if you know me, you know I'm highly, highly spiritual. I am big on self-love, self-care. I'm big on taking time for self before you give self to anybody else. At the beginning of your day, you just fill that cup with self-love so nobody can come in and pour any negativity or hate into that cup because you're already filled with self and love and intention. Um, and I've made practice of that for many years. Not many years, but years. And then I started a business. I had a baby a year ago, which isn't my first, but having a new baby is um, an intense task in and of itself. And then I started a business, which is an intense task in and of itself. So doing all those things, and in the midst of homeschooling and tot schooling my baby, and just momming and wifing and lifing and being a business owner, I put self on the back burner. And because I spent so much time learning myself and loving myself and listening to myself, which is a practice. You have to learn to listen to yourself just like you would listen to anybody else. I put that on the back burner. I'm, especially starting the business because I kind of got into the swing of things with baby. She's not a newborn anymore. We're kind of in a routine. I'm starting a business. You put so much time and energy and effort into this business, and I'm like, okay, I wake up in the mornings, and even though I set business hours from 10 to 6 most days, I still would wake up, whether I woke up at 7 in the morning or 8, 9, whatever time, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get the baby in order, get together, get breakfast, and sometimes even during breakfast, I'm working. And I was, at first I was thinking, oh, this is dedication, I'm committed, I'm going to succeed. And then I started to feel my energy levels drop. I started feeling things being able to penetrate self more than they were able to before. I'm very intentional about what music I listen to and everything of the sort. So I found myself listening to music that I wouldn't typically listen to. I found myself craving foods that I wouldn't typically crave. Just all kind of things begin to change. And because I spent so much time um, setting that foundation with self, I immediately sensed when there was a change. I immediately felt it. And so that's why I wanted to make this video now, because I feel like it's extremely important for people. Um, it's easy to take care of self when there's nothing in your way, when there's nobody else around for you to take care of. It's easy to take care of self and listen to self when nobody else is talking. But once you have that noise around you, once you have other people talking, once you have other things demanding your time, it takes a lot of work to keep self at the forefront. And so, I'm glad that I felt this so early on, because I caught it early. I'm going to nip it in the bud, and that just made me pose the question to myself, how much do I want this success? Because you can't be successful if you're not, in the mind space, you're not around to see the success and, enjoy the fruits of that labor. So, in my mind, like this morning, I'm thinking, okay, if baby wakes up at 7 in the morning, then I need to be waking up at 6. I need to be waking up at 6:45 or something. Not to work, but to take those moments for self, because that is another one of the things. Once I had her, you wake up in the morning and you immediately go into mom mode. You immediately start doing things for, whatever baby needs, whatever your children need, whatever, other people need, because you can't really tell a baby to wait a few minutes, So I stopped meditating in the mornings. I stopped grounding first thing in the mornings. I stopped filling that cup with self in the mornings because I had to make sure that her cup was full. And so now this morning, like I said, I asked myself right before I turned on the camera, how bad do you want it? Taking those moments, if she wakes up at 7, committing to and dedicating my time to waking up earlier when the world is still when the world is still, when the world is still quiet, taking a few moments not to pick up my phone, not to, scroll through Facebook, not to turn on any music, not to even walk out of the room, but just listen to myself. Because once you turn on that phone, once you turn on that TV, once your baby wakes up, once your spouse wakes up, once your kids wake up, once you go to work or whatever, you're hearing people all day long in your ear. You're hearing them speak. You're hearing their thoughts coming out into words. And then you take that into your mind. And then you have so much going on that your voice is this big. It's this loud. And you can't really hear yourself. Exactly. That's what I said. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm committed. I'm dedicated to waking up. And I'm kind of quiet. I hope you can hear me okay because some of the house is still kind of resting. But I am committed to self. There is no success in business if there is no success in self. So I had to take a step back and make that commitment. So I commit to myself, and I just wanted to have it on record, to waking up and giving me back at the core of my day, at the foundation, at the start of my day. I wanted to notate that, how important it is, no matter what you're doing, no matter how far you go in life, take self with you and keep self at the front. I don't care how much money you make, how much money you plan to make, how many investment properties, how many jobs, I don't care what it is, what success you find. There is no success in anything if you don't have success in self. So keep self straight. And so that's what I'm going to do for me, because I lost sight of that after all the work I've done for self. So I'm moving back. And I'll end it here. I don't want to keep rambling, but it's so important to keep sight of self. Keep self first. All right. I love you guys. All right. Love yourself. Love yourself more than I love you.